All right, guys, welcome back. If you're a subscriber, we love you. If it's your first time here, hey, we're about to go in. We're talking about our third pillar, which is the nutrition pillar. Very, very simple. Eating right for your body type just equates to sports nutrition simplified. Why do we have to have sports nutrition? Because everyone is an athlete. Your athletic prowess might be high, medium, or low. But everyone's an athlete, so everyone has to eat like an athlete. You want to be a high performer. That's why you need to eat specifically for you. Boom. Now we got that out the way. What we want to talk about today first is nutrition and training programs. Why do we need it? Do they go hand in hand? Can I just eat what I want and then train? Can I train and not pay attention to my food? I want to dive deep. So I know you guys have plenty of experience because you're coaches of coaches. Bodybuilding, powerlifting, we're going to get into all of that. Whatever camp you're in, just keep an open mind. We're talking about eating right for your body type. Sports nutrition simplified, and that's all, right? The first thing that we have to do is we have to be very aware of what your nutritional assessment is. What does that mean? There's certain levels. Now, this isn't something we made up. This is proven by science. One of the best resources we know, which is Precision Nutrition, follows this same type of cadence, okay? So that's the science. We want to understand that it's sports nutrition simplified. So it's a very, very complex idea, but we're going to make it very, very simple. Once you find out what level of awareness you have for nutrition, then you're going to go into what we call a nutritional formula. So those awareness levels are 3 levels. The first level is a beginner, someone that might not know how to boil rice or boil pasta, right? You're not going to tell them, I'm going to give you these many macros and these many supplements. It's going to be very, very hard for that person to follow the program. So a program that works specifically for you, it's easy. You can have the best program in the world, but if the person doesn't do it, then it's a trash program. We just have to be plain and simple, right? So figure out if you're a beginner, if you're intermediate, which is most of our coaches, trainers out there, people that are new to training and are just now starting to see, I can now eat to change my body. You have a small change. And then the third level is someone that wants a very big transformational experience. Think about someone that has very, very lofty goals, right? They want to have a 6-pack, an 8-pack, a 10-pack. They want to be able to jump on 3 boxes and do backflips. Now, for those type of people, if you're a high performer, then we're talking about awareness level 3, and that's where we're at. So we're going to really piggyback on those 3 levels, find out where you are, then you can apply a nutritional template that's made for you, and we call that the nutritional formula. This is very, very simple, very basic science here. We know that there's 3 main things that will give you a super success for your nutrition. The first is going to be body type, hence eating right for your body type. Find out your body type. We'll go deep into that in a few. Then we're talking about cellular nutrition, how you feel inside, your gut health, your immune health, right? We've all heard those hot topics. That's what we're talking about. How do you feed from the inside out, heal your body from the inside out? And then lastly, we're talking about performance and recovery. Now, we do break that up into performance and recovery because you have to eat to recover. Check out some of our other videos, recovery pillar, and you have to make sure that you eat for performance, right? Eat for performance. Okay, so nutritional formula, body type, cellular nutrition, eat for inside, get good gut health, and then performance and recovery. Make sure you're aware. We're going to go to Nicholas Lopez Jr. first, then we're going to go to Andre Bibbins Jr. next. Training programs for nutrition. Why do we need to do it? Do you follow one? Give us some insight.
Basically, I've trained for bodybuilding, I've trained for powerlifting, I've trained for athleticism. For bodybuilding, I did the old school bro science, calories in, calories out, not thinking about all the 3 pillars you mentioned. That was my worst experience.
Okay.
There's something out there called, I think, metabolic disorder. I think that's where if people get matched up with the wrong nutritional program, it actually can cause damage to your metabolism. It can cause damage to your thyroid. It can just cause havoc on your hormonal system, your adrenal system.
Was it because you were overeating? What was the difference?
I was undereating.
You were undereating. So for bodybuilding, you were undereating, and that was causing some issues for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, so that's my experience with calories in, calories out.
Okay.
For powerlifting, still macro based, a little bit of PN, but not like really understanding where I was with my body type. And then with Eat Right for Your Body Type, that nutritional program was the best for me because it was the best I've ever felt without having to count calories. So as far as talking about training programs matched with nutrition programs, I actually wanted to get clarity on, number one, a lot of people in the industry right now are actually, they train based on their nutritional program. And another way to
explain that. They train based on their nutritional program. So they make their nutritional program and then make a training program that fits that?
So for example, they will, let's say someone's trying to get leaner.
Okay.
They're going to be cutting their calories and then changing their training around, right? I feel like the harder you want, and so they basically take the gas, they take the foot off the pedal when they want to get leaner. A lot of people in the industry, when they want to get leaner, they train less and then they eat less. I feel like that's
so they go so when people are trying to get leaner, they just go in a calorie deficit. They don't try and change around their percentages of macronutrients.
Exactly.
They don't try and up their supplement panel to help get lean. They just cut the calories down.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great. I mean, to piggyback on that, I think it's miseducation. Okay. And that's what we talked about in the beginning when we were talking about your nutritional formula.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that you're doing all three things when it comes to nutrition. Eating for your specific body type. Make sure you know what your body type is. I'm ectomorph, slimmer, mesomorph, muscle, endomorph, bigger guy. We all have 3 different nutritional programs we follow based on our body type. Then you're talking about cellular nutrition. How well is your gut, right? Are you feeding good bacteria, bad bacteria? How well is your digestion, your absorption? Are you getting rid of waste?
Exactly.
So you have a lot of waste in your stomach, right? So that's the second thing. And the third thing is performance, right? Exactly. Like you said, some people eat a certain amount of calories so they can perform, I guess, at a high level to get lean, but it is kind of a backwards type of thing. What you need to do is you need to make sure you have a plan that's made specifically for you and your goals. And then from that, tailor your training program to make sure it fits your needs. So Dre, we're going to piggyback onto you. And we're talking about, and I know you have a lot of experience. I hope you touch on this point about nutrition and training programs, right? So tell us about, has there been any nutritional programs that you like for specific training to get you lean? Give us some insight.
I'm gonna go with powerlifting, right? I could do all type of ways, but I'm gonna go with the powerlifting one that I noticed, right? That stands out because I was in competition for it, right? So I had to really take it seriously. I could not mess around with that. Or you would leave out the gym pissed off, mad as hell. You didn't hit your numbers. The training didn't go well because I mean that's any sport. If you're training for a competition, you're trying to win, right? But I would say for the powerlifting competition, right? Preparing for that. Definitely I ate the most I've ever ate. Like these guys know I don't eat. I eat super slow. I don't have a big appetite. So I had to definitely eat, I would say add more calories for sure, more calories, eat more meals, right?
So smaller meals throughout the day?
It was bigger meals for me.
Bigger meals. So calories were taken up through breakfast, lunch, and dinner
throughout the day. Yeah, a lot more.
What did that do? That made you stronger?
Definitely made me stronger, but I wouldn't say I'm not going to take that route. I'm gonna say.
I mean, you have a New York record.
Yeah,
something.
That's true for the natural too.
Natural.
Right, natural too. I'm not going to take the route of it made me stronger. What I would say is it gave me the fuel.
So performance.
Performance, right? The fuel, right? You know what I'm saying? It gave me the fuel for the output. When I go to the gym, right? I would say I would have at least 2 solid meals, but my goal was to get 3 in. I knew if I got 3 meals in, before I go to that heavy lifting, I was going to be a monster.
And do you think it's, because this is interesting, because I think there's a lot of people that are doing powerlifting. If you're doing CrossFit, you're doing powerlifting. That's to say you're doing powerlifting moves in CrossFit, which is crazy, but hey, we love our CrossFit people. The amount of calories that you're going to have to put in just to kind of protect yourself. So would you say that for powerlifting or someone that's working more performance, the calories are more important than tailoring your macros to get lean?
Yes, the calories is way more important versus because you're not really
Stepping on stage. You're
not going for aesthetics. You go in there to be like one set up, boom, that's it. Put the weight down.
Perfect. So you did nutrition for performance and powerlifting. When you were doing bodybuilding, getting lean, you went into calorie deficit, right? I wouldn't recommend that, but I understand it because I've been there before. No one's perfect. When I first started doing bodybuilding, I had the complete wrong nutrition, and I ended up having a seizure, actually. I ended up having a seizure. Yeah, having a seizure because, when you lose water, your kidneys, obviously, when they go into adrenal failure, anything can happen. So anybody.
I want to say it's manipulation of the body as well. Exactly. Manipulating the body, messing with the sodium and water and
yeah, it could be a very dangerous game. I knew how dangerous it was, and I was right now I'm like 190, so I was probably like 195, 3.7% body fat. So very, very dangerous levels. I was playing with it. Very dangerous levels. So I was not eating right for my body type. I'm giving you guys this as an example because no one is perfect. So before I had that knowledge, before he had the knowledge, this is what we did. Yes. But now we have the knowledge to combine everything. So we are taking supplements. Mm-hmm. For sure. So okay, we are taking supplements. We'll get into that when we get into our rapid fire stuff.
So I wanted to circle back on your question. Now I'm understanding clearer how to communicate that. Okay. So we could fit this in however you want to fit it in.
We're riding.
Basically, from all the nutritional programs I've done, whether it was bodybuilding, powerlifting, trying to become a better athlete, which is my goal right now, is just to become the best athlete right now. It's been the best fit I've ever had, ever.
What's been the best fit?
My nutrition program, like with Eat Right for your body type.
Right for your body type, okay.
And my training goals, as far as what we've always wanted to be is our quote unquote hybrids or multi-sport.
Hold on, always wanted to be. I am a damn hybrid.
We've always been there. We've always been there. It was in you too. It was in you too. You just wasn't exploring it.
Exactly. So now tapping into that movement, realizing how hard that programming really is if it's done right. I have a new appreciation for the fact that Eat Right for your body type covers those three pillars, which again, I think is key. Number one being body type.
Body type.
Number two being cellular nutrition.
Yes.
Number three being performance and recovery. And no other program really touches on those 3 points. Shout out to PN. I'm level 2 certified. We've all tapped into the PN knowledge, understanding some of the basics. But
I would say application. Yeah. And I know Dre was going to say this too. It's like we have the knowledge. There's a lot of knowledge out there.
Yeah.
But we did it. We put ourselves through it. We applied it. Go on, keep going.
100%. Yeah. So that application, I feel the difference because you have a framework for cellular nutrition. You have a framework for performance and recovery. And you have to consider all three of those with any nutritional program. Like right. if you don't, so I could circle back with saying if your nutritional program doesn't have a cellular nutrition component, basically explain. I'll let Yao run with that because right. Explain why it got dangerous.
Yeah.
When you were.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So when I said eating more calories, I don't mean eat shit calories. Not cookies, not Subway, not pizza, not hamburgers every day. I'm not talking about those kind of calories. Go ahead.
Yes. Yes.
With a gut.
Yes. You don't want that.
Get into the.
You don't want to wear sweater. You don't want to wear sweaters in the summer. Oh, my bad. I said that.
A triple XL and you weigh 160.
We're gonna get to. I can't wait to our rapid fire. Yeah. So cellular nutrition is really important. So cellular nutrition. How do you give your nutrients to your cells? That's basically it. So we're talking about your gut health, good bacteria, making sure it's more good bacteria than bad bacteria, adding in things that are essential supplementation. Do you see what I'm saying? Omega-3s, some of these things that are going to help your system run a lot more efficient. We're talking about prebiotics, probiotics. So know these hot topics, know these things. We're talking about cellular nutrition. And if I would have applied these things properly, I wouldn't have gone into adrenal failure. My kidneys would have wouldn't have went haywire. I would have led to myself being completely dehydrated, taking all the sodium out of my body. If I was implementing cellular nutrition, I would add in the minerals, the sodium, the calcium, the potassium. I didn't have those things. Pop goes the weasel and the weasel goes pop. And that's the end of that.
That's a perfect example when what you're trying to pursue from a training perspective, aesthetic transformation perspective, doesn't match up with your nutritional program.
Yep.
You put yourself in danger. That's a real thing. And so what happens in the general population is, not everybody has that discipline that you had to just push through and put yourself in that danger zone.
Right.
What happens to most people is they'll just start losing energy, and then that's where they plateau.
Right.
So that's another component right there. If you're not matched up with where you are right now with your nutritional program, you're gonna hit a plateau real quick.
Yeah.
When we get in the danger zone, you just stop making progress. Stop making progress. So much progress is relying on your nutritional program, and it seems like progress really isn't sensationalized anymore.
Yeah, I mean, people don't really train for results.
They train for entertainment.
They just go work out.
So what the difference between working out is you're just doing a random thing. You might have fun. You like the trainer or the coach or the class that you're there. Doing an actual training program for nutrition, your mind, your body, your spirit is in there. I'm talking, you're going in there, you're feeling everything. No one is distracting you. That's called training. And most people have never been through a training program, let alone add nutrition. Now, we're not saying this to kind of make fun of anybody. We're just saying that all three of us have done it with improper nutrition, and now we've done it with proper nutrition, and we're showing you some of the outlines or the handbook of information, the secrets, if you will, to eating right for your body type, how he looks like this, how he looks like this. Of course, how I look like this. There's a method to the madness. All right. So we're going to go into what we call our rapid fire. Now, I want us to go in. I'm going to go in. I hope you guys go in with me. But we're going to talk about a hot topic. It's always going to be a hot topic, supplementation in the industry. Why do we need it? Why are we taking drugs? We always believe that food is your medicine. So we don't believe in drugs. When you see capsules that might have mushrooms in them, or you see capsules that might have fruits and veggies, and that's what we're talking about. We're talking about natural, essential supplementation. Why do we need it? So I'm going to go ahead and go first because I want to get a wording before you guys go. You have to remember that there's two, I know, we're not going to get the mic back. There's two things you need to understand first before I go. We have non-essential supplementation and essential supplementation. All right? Now, essential.
Go ahead, man.
Now, essential supplementation is something that your body needs to have a normal physiological functioning.
But I could get it through normal food.
Listen, what you say you're going to do and what you actually do is two different things. How many times have you said, man, I'm going to eat my best throughout this week, and then all of a sudden you order pizza 3 times? So what you need is an insurance policy. Essential supplementation is an insurance policy. If you don't have the right amount of vegetables, then you need to have vegetable supplementation. If you don't get the right amount of fats, then you have to have fat supplementation. If you don't have the good amount of protein or branched chain amino acids, BCAAs, then you have to add in that supplementation. Period. That's what supplements are. Don't get afraid by the word supplements. It just means your nutrition is not adequate enough, so you have to supplement something to make it adequate.
Bing, 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 bing.
Sorry, I snapped. I just had to snap like that one time.
Go ahead and educate the audience on, or spark a conversation on when somebody is ready for a supplement protocol.
Perfect.
And when someone is not.
Yeah, perfect. So we went back to the awareness level. Know what you are. If you're a beginner, intermediate, or the end. If you're someone that's just starting, and you don't even know what a macronutrient is. You don't even know what a carbohydrate is, right? We're not going to get you a whole panel of supplementation. We just need to start eating right for your body type with your normal nutrition. Now, if you're someone that has lofty goals, you're a high performer, you want to have a 6-pack, you want to have an 8-pack, I want to do these tough workouts, you're going to need to supplement your nutrition because you're doing something superhero-like. And if you want to look like a superhero, you need to eat like a superhero. And superheroes don't just eat regular food. They're not from this planet. You got to eat mushrooms. You have to eat whole food concentrate with veggies. You have to eat your omega-3s. You have to eat your branched chain amino acids. You're not just going to look like this and have normal nutrition, period. 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 So now I'm going to pass the mic. This is what happens when Yao goes first. I'm going to pass the mic to Nick, and I'm going to pass it to Dre. Nick, supplementation. What do we got to tell the audience about this?
Like Yao said, you got to know the essential supplements. You got to know the non-essential supplements. I want to share a recent experience that I went through. Basically, put myself in an overtrained position because I was not taking my recovery program seriously. Now, I have crazy discipline, so I was doing my recovery program, but I wasn't matching it to the level of performance I was actually going at. Because, in my head, I'm like, I still got so much time to go before I get on Yao's level or Dre's level. So I'm like, not realizing that. But I'm also, what contributed to that as well is some of the social stigma around supplementation. So I let that, basically, I'll never let that.
Talk about it.
After this recent experience, I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to be, we're all competitors. We've all competed on a professional level as far as, even if it's like an amateur environment, powerlifting competitions, D1 competitions, bodybuilding competitions. So why would I listen to someone who's not a competitor? Why would I listen to someone who's not a competitor? So I basically have to
don't have the competitor mindset.
Don't have the competitor mindset to follow a training and nutritional program. So basically, just sharing a transparent moment with, wow, I really let social stigma throw me off as far as I need my essential supplementation. I need my recovery-based supplementation too. I got to fuel. That's why basically performance and recovery pillar. If you don't know how nutrition impacts your performance and recovery, you're not ready to have a six-pack. I'm just going to use those words.
If that's your goal. If your goal is to really master your aesthetics, and you don't have some type of supplementation that's taking you to that highest level, you're not going to get there. So your body will break down for sure.
So I want to end off with, there's moments where you have to realize that you have to step up your nutritional program, your adherence to your nutritional program. Sometimes based on your level, that includes supplementation. And that's just part of the game. Coming up, it was like taking creatine. They'd be like, yo, are you taking drugs? Taking a protein shake. They'd be like, are you taking anything?
Well, that's just because people don't know. I mean, I'm sure, passing it to Dre, when we're talking about nutrition here, I'm sure that you've had this example come up all the time because of your appearance. Yeah, for sure. Right? Can you perform a certain way, but you have a lot of muscle? I mean, nutrition must play a role. Must play a role in this. Oh, well, you have a lot of muscle, you can't move. And then they get in the ring and they feel that. Yeah.
Oh, he actually does have head movement. He actually can bend at the waist.
Right.
So
what are you thinking as far as, what would you tell the audience here in our rapid fire round here on nutrition?
So I'll go supplementation. So like you said, what did you say? The stigma? What was it?
Yeah, social stigma.
Social.
Stigma, yeah.
So someone is like, man, why are you drinking that protein shake or whatever? Or I just seen your workout and you had the 25 pounders and you was doing suitcase squats with the 25 pounders for 6 reps. Right? You're not stimulating anything, number one.
So you're saying, do you even lift, bro?
Do you even lift at all? Do you even lift? Right? At all. Right? Do you even have a training program at all? Right? Or you just moving? You're just going in there just moving, right? And I'll tell them, did you just see me squat 450? Did you just see me have 450 on my back, squatting it? And that was the 12th set to warm up to get to that. I have to recover. So that's why I would go
So, I mean, basically you're saying they're not a high enough athlete.
Oh, definitely, no, you don't deserve to take supplements. The supplements are going to go to waste. The supplements are going to go to waste.
That's what I want to get on here.
For sure.
That's what I get on. So if you're taking these supplements, even if they
Actually eating it up.
yes, even if they're essential, but you're not training hard enough, that's another thing.
You probably have a gut. That's why you probably look soft.
Can't be wearing sweaters in the summer.
Bodies probably look soft, like all those things. Your body isn't processing it. It's junk. Right? It's like eating junk food.
So we can easily take a supplement list, vitamin C and all these other things, and ashwagandha. But if you don't have that training program to stimulate these things, then you're off kilter, then you don't know what you're doing. So I would say, okay, so to break this down before we go into our wind down, we talked about supplementation, having a nutritional program for your training program, supplement to be a high performer. Let's talk about, in our wind down here, taking a more of a humanization side. Really talk to the audience, allow them to understand where you're coming from and what your message would be, right? And your mission to the crowd right now, to our viewers, about nutrition.
The reason why it's important so you can live a better, healthier, energetic life. That's what I really wanted to say.
I love that.
But for your workouts, obviously, recovery, and so you can keep doing it over and over and over and over and over.
So that consistency is key. Gem number 3. I love that. Okay, so.
But I could just take coffee.
Hey, I'm not even touching on. We already. I touch on that another.
Yeah. Go to our first. All the way back to our first video. All the way back to our first video when we talked about sleep and we talked about coffee.
There you go.
Okay. Huh? Go watch it. Okay. So, Nicholas Lopez Jr. What do we need to tell the audience? What do they need to know? Give them a nugget. Give them a gem.
There's a lot of fads out there.
Fad diets. Okay.
Fad diets. We covered that. There's a video. Check it out. They're going to come and go. One thing to mention, stripping the professional, experiential side from it, is at least try something for 30 days. Like at least don't bounce from one diet or one nutritional program week 1, then you switch it up to week 2, and then you switch it up to week 3. You
don't even follow it.
You went through 4 different. Okay, that's an even better point. You said, okay, you told everybody I'm starting this nutritional program. You went 3 days missing it, and then at the end of the first week, you're like, you know what, it didn't really work for me. So if you're not ready to have that type of discipline, just make sure you're ready to also not have those type of goals. I think that's a real conversation we're gonna have. That's a real conversation. Like, where are your goals? You want to get to 8% body fat, grow muscle, improve your performance. Okay. Are you ready to make that type of commitment to the nutrition program that comes with that? And if the answer is yes, then let's work. If the answer is no, reevaluate your goals. And a lot of people won't tell you that because they just want to either take your money or they just want to, I don't know. I really don't know. I've gotten to the point now where it's like, PN actually has a good chart on that, where if you want to get basically wherever you want to get on your body fat level, there's certain habits that come with that. So just make sure you realize that, there's a sacrifice that's inherent in accomplishing any goal. And sometimes that sacrifice is time, having to put more time into meal prep or cooking or learning about nutrition. And sometimes that sacrifice is pleasure from eating fried. And if you get pleasure from that, the pleasure from that's a sacrifice. You're gonna have to get rid of that. So my message to summarize that for you. Yes, so to wrap it up, my message is just to make sure you realize the habits that are required, at least on the nutritional side, to accomplish your goals. Even if you used to say, I want bigger arms. That comes with nutritional responsibility. Nutritional responsibility. Are you nutritionally responsible or are you nutritionally irresponsible?
He got to where he was going.
Yeah, damn.
He got to where he was going.
It took forever.
He got to where he was going. I saw the computer going. So So yeah, piggyback on what you said. I love piggybacking because these guys know what they're talking about. They've been through it. They put themselves through it. Make sure that you have the discipline level. We have a great questionnaire. If you go to peakvitalitysolutions.com, go to contact, shout out to Katie. She'll get you hooked up with a questionnaire on your mindset. Where are you first? Are you ready to actually get to your goals, right? What are your goals? What's the reason why you're doing this in the first place? I want to lose weight to get into a dress or get ready for the wedding. Okay, these are superficial goals, but at some level can keep your attention. But you want to get even deeper. What are you doing this for, right? Do you want to be functional at 50? Do you want to have a heart attack at 60? Do you want to have gallbladder disease or surgery at 70, right? You have to make sure that you have a big enough goal that can take you to be that high performer. But again, it's all about making sure that you're aware of where you are right now. If you're at a level 1, don't try and go throw everything at the wall. I want to do everything. I'm going to get cookbook. I'm going to try. Know where you are on that level. Make sure you have a program that meets the level that you're at. And if you're at an intermediate level, which most people think they're at a high level, but they're really at intermediate level because they don't have their supplementation panel down. They don't even know that they have to take supplements. Are they training hard enough? Are they eating for their body type? If you're on that third level, that's when you're advanced. Now you know what your body type nutritional panel is. Now you know what your supplementation panel is. You need to make sure that you have that awareness first, and then just get down to business. Reach out to us if you have any questions, comments. Please subscribe, share this. We love reaching out to our communities. We will be moving to other platforms soon, so we want to make sure that you guys share this and turn those notification bells on. As always, like he said, you have the responsibility to either heal or destroy your body. We hope you choose wisely. Let's get into it.